Hey guys, first of all, so pretty. So, I have been dealing with a situation lately where I'm getting offended and just really hurt in situations around certain people, just straightforward family members. And I'm not trying to point fingers at anybody in this. I realize that I don't think it's their intention to be hurtful, and that somebody's actions and words cannot make me feel a certain way. That's something internal, right? Something that they're doing or saying is triggering an insecurity in me, and I feel in return that specific feeling, whether it's betrayed or sad or unloved or unworthy or unseen or whatever it may be. But I'm finding myself wanting to immediately just distance myself from these people. Just run away. I'm a flighter. I flight. I don't fight. I flight. If I don't flight, then I fight. So I flight. But I'm having a war with myself in my mind because internally I know that that's not their intention, and that pointing the finger at them and saying, you're so hurtful, you're so mean, is only failing to recognize something in myself. So what's happening is I want to run from these people, say F you, you hurt my feelings, you said this, you did this. And then the other part of me is like, wait a minute, you can't just run away from people that you love. They're not meaning to hurt you. They're hurt too, or they wouldn't say those things, and look within. So that's a struggle for me because I don't know really what to do in this situation. So I'm just kind of working through that. And the crazy part is that with a specific situation that I don't really want to go in depth to, but with somebody close to me, I had hurt feelings in a response to something that I put out to them, and then their response hurt my feelings really bad. I felt like they were picking the other side, and they were on my team, and we're supposed to love each other, even though their points are valid. That's very hurtful, of course, But when I sat down and worked through what their response is making me feel, I felt, betrayed, just like I just said, betrayed, unseen, unheard, discarded, kind of, like my feelings weren't validated. So, what I realized was I have done that to them too, without even knowing it. This same person told me about a situation they were very hurt by, and thinking that I was giving good advice, said, well, you have to remember that person is hurt too, and find compassion for, I totally just said oh, your feelings, they're valid, but remember the other person hurts too, and completely just, that's exactly, what I was feeling. And while my intentions were good and hoping to bring a positive perspective to their situation, I completely just discarded what they were feeling. And so it's really weird that we get in these cycles and unhealthy relationship patterns. So now it's just weird when you work through that stuff. I've done that to her, and for me to put myself in her shoes of how a time when I hurt her, and she was hurt, and she was defensive, and I could see her being triggered, and I'm I didn't know why. But now that I switch the situation around, it helps me see it in another light. It's crazy. I just wanted to share that. And then also for me, setting boundaries is something that I have to do. And I realize that it's probably a way of protecting myself, but that's just kind of what I have to do with certain situations right now because I don't know how to work through. So I just came up with this response to, I guess, justifying to myself and just taking responsibility for people, for my reaction to people's words, which hurt me. It made me feel invalidated, and all the things that my little child is still working through, my inner child, is that I don't think that your intentions are to hurt me. However, your actions and your words make me feel, or my reaction to, I guess is a better way to put it, your actions and your words makes me feel this and this and this. So until I can figure out where that's rooted, and until I can figure out how to work through that, it's probably best if we don't talk about this specific, whatever it is. Or even just being around. Like people get, hurt. They don't like boundaries in it. And when somebody tries to change the dynamic of the family or whatever, it's still change. Even if you think it's good, it's not, it takes the control away, and it's unknown. So it's unfamiliar. It's scary for people. And before I go down this big rock, I'll end the video because I really don't feel like I should jeopardize my life today. But yeah, it's okay to say, I don't think you're meaning to hurt me, but this is how I'm feeling in these situations. And so until I can, because then you're taking responsibility, till I can figure out what it is that is being triggered in these situations, until I know how to respond differently, it's best that I just distance myself. So anyways, that's my thought of the day on my Come to Jesus trip. And yeah, I was really struggling with that. Like, I've been waking up like with this in my mind and pushing it away. She didn't mean it. She didn't mean to be mean. Like, da-da-da-da-da. When really just like, I needed to go through a walk through nature for it to come to me. Like, I've done the same thing to her. So I'm going to probably put that out there to this specific person, and hopefully it'll bring some light, but at least I can take responsibility on my end. And for me, that's very healing. So I hope you all have a beautiful Sunday. This is Arches, and it is so pretty. Come to Jesus trip, total success. There's been tears and laughs and hugging rocks. I'm not a tree hugger yet, but I'm a total rock hugger. So have a beautiful day, you guys.